Good morning, everybody. You'd think I'd be much faster today being in the pool this morning.
Well, yeah, you would, but you're not.
Having computer issues today.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I want to make sure my voice is okay because oh, you're good there. All right. So This is Real Estate Jerky Daily. A little slow start there. And thanks for watching. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, thank you so much. I'm Ed Parcaut here with Mike Kelly. All right. So yesterday today is Tuesday. Normally on Monday, I go through a housing inventory.
Right.
I came across housing inventory is seeing unusual gains in November. Should we be worried? That was the question of the article, right? Remember what we found out yesterday? Somebody hates when they put a question mark in the article topic. Anyway, We'll get there in a second. Let's go right to existing home sales, which tracks closings on existing homes, decreased by 4.1% in October at a 3.79 million annualized pace, which is way below the 3.9 million estimate that they thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
What does that mean? There's just not enough houses on the market for sale.
The thing we say every week, every day.
So the supply was down 5.7% from a year ago, and the median existing home price was $391,800 in October, which is a 3.4% gain from a year ago. So that's nationwide, of course, not just right here.
Right.
That's not just because we're much higher than that.
Quite a bit.
Just quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit more than quite a bit. Is that today? That was yesterday. How come I'm not on here? I don't know. I've been told. Anyway, let me reload this. All right. So then inventory. Let's get into the inventory.
Okay.
So I've been looking for these numbers because usually we have it right away and we can see those numbers. Well, yesterday I couldn't find them. Well, there are 570,000 single family homes added to the market as of last week. Okay. Total. You following me?
Yeah.
Used to be like 566, 560 some.
Right.
So that's 0.5%. So 0.5% more homes for sale than last week at the same time.
Gotcha.
So if you figure 1% of that would be how many?
5,700.
No. It's close enough. Yes. So it's not that much, but they're like, it's different than if you look at over year, or actually let's look at since 2019, we're at 36% lower housing inventory than 2019,
which is crazy.
So in 2019, we showed during this period of time. So usually in November and December, those numbers go down. Right. We were at 877,000. So we're about 307,000 short than what we normally need.
Right.
However, when they, where's that at? So basically they said they said 58,000 more listings last week. I don't see that with 9,000 immediately going under contract. That put us at 41, but that seems like the numbers are off.
It does.
But the biggest thing is we have 304,000 pending home sales nationwide, which sounds like a lot, which is really not that much.
It's a pretty big nation.
Exactly. We should be more than that. If you look at the home prices year over year, we're at 428,000 nationwide versus 420 last year.
Okay.
There are some problems brewing though in certain locations.
Okay.
Right? Real estate's all location related, right?
Right.
Man, I look pretty bad on this screen. I got to fix that. So the snowbird states and South aren't affected by seasonal slowdown as in the sales in the states because they're warmer, right? But they're seeing a inventory growth this month in Florida cities such as Sarasota. Miami and Tampa. Well, we knew about Tampa because we interviewed the guy from Tampa,
Kyle. Yeah.
And they were saying they had 3 months supply. They're probably getting up to a 4 month supply now. Texas housing inventory is inching up this month, notably higher than last year. In fact, Austin, San Antonio, Texas, as well as Memphis is there a Memphis in Texas?
I guess there is.
Have more housing.
Tennessee.
Yes. Have more housing inventory now than in 2019.
Wow.
Yeah. So those are the only places that they're seeing some issues where they're having more houses to be sold. Why is that? Because people found out it's freaking hot
and they want to come back to California.
Big bugs and all the other stuff. Rattlesnake. I don't know if they have rattlesnakes, but I'm sure they got something. So that's the inventory and existing home sales. The rest of the stuff I have is just Remember I talked about the VA,
right?
the issue Department of Veterans Affairs. Well, they decided to pause all foreclosure for 6 months to help all these veterans out.
Well, that's nice.
The decision follows an NPR report that found that 6,000 veterans were about ready to go in foreclosure and lose their home, and there's 36,000 that are delinquent on their payments.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're going to work on that. So if you're one of those people, reach out to the VA and they're there to help you. Reach out to your servicer also to get help. Tell them, hey, the VA said they're going to work on this, and they should. So basically what happened is during COVID, they were supposed to get behind, and then they were going to add all those payments to the end of the loan.
Right.
That didn't happen.
Oh.
And so they stopped this program in October of 22, which because of some other issues, and a lot of veterans had to refinance at really high rates.
And that's the VAPC.
Huh?
The Veterans Assistance Partial Claim Payment.
Yeah, what'd you call it?
VAPC.
Yeah, don't do the acronym. I don't think people know.
Yeah.
So Veterans Assistance Partial Claim Payment Program, which you commonly reply to as VAPC.
So
go ahead.
No, that you go. It's your.
It allowed military borrowers to skip 6 or 12 months of mortgage payments during COVID-19 if they had a financial hardship. And then they would resume making the regular payments, and then when they're back on their feet, and the missed payments would be moved, like I said, to the end of the term. But that didn't happen for a lot of people.
Wow. So now they're looking at these delinquencies,
and they're going to fix it.
They're going to go in and just say, okay, now they're added onto the end of the term.
Yeah, they're going to come. They stopped all foreclosures. They're going to look at all these and fix them. So if you have an issue and you're a veteran, please reach out to the VA and your servicer, as I said before.
Right.
Did you know California's SB 1157? I know you can read it. Yeah.
Where is it?
It's right under rents on credit report.
Oh,
it was a bill that came out a couple years ago that said that for certain subsidized housing developments, the landlord's supposed to put the the rent on the people's credit for them.
Oh.
So it's been 2 years since the law went into effect.
I vaguely remember talking about it.
And so you can opt in to have it on, because right now only 5% of people, because if you do a mortgage payment, automatically goes against your credit and helps you.
Right.
But
if you're renting,
it doesn't. So they changed that, but not everybody's doing it. And typically 5% of renters get stuff put on their credit report, but it's the negative stuff. Unfortunately. So they're trying to fix that, because Freddie and Fannie recently started considering those monthly expenses as part of the borrower credit history. So they're slowly, this is going to go on there and make the change. But the funny thing was that they said when, how people don't just report, they add in stuff.
Right.
They said, so this law, the California SB 1157, significant impact on the tenant subsidized housing. The word they used was ridiculous state specific law, meaning that the amazing or the impress, I forget exactly the word they use, is like how amazing they came up with this law, right? Which was not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying they're boasting their own stuff.
Oh, they're touting their own. Yeah.
Instead of just reporting the news, they were saying how landmark and how amazing this law was.
Well, this is something that should have been
done
doing anyway
ago.
For years and years and years. I mean, you've got a monthly payment. Are you making it on time? Are you making the full payment? It should be reported.
Yes, I think so. But they'll fix it.
Well, so, I love that they got to pat themselves on the back.
Yeah. Well, I was like, should I leave that in for Mike? Because I don't think it was my word. So basically, that's what we have this week. So we had the news yesterday. Tuesday was existing home sales. Tomorrow's initial jobless claims. I assume they're going to come in worse.
Yeah, I would think so.
The bond market has not, it was a little negative yesterday, a little negative the day before, positive today. So it's all over the place. It doesn't know what to do. It's waiting to see what happens.
Right. It's going to be like that the rest of the year, I think. Don't you?
I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll fix my camera up someday.
Yeah. Well, you'll have time. We got Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah. Well, we got a few days after tomorrow.
Yeah. We got to
work on it, because I'm going to steal yours back.
Well, I look washed out and dead, but that's probably
actually, you don't look so 62, bad today.
Maybe over there.
It's just the pale face colors you use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
you're all gray.
It's
green.
my winter colors.
Yeah.
Hey, how long you been dead? Just a couple weeks.
All right. Anything you have?
Nothing really. We talked yesterday about how many open houses there were. I would imagine this weekend, because there'll be so many families in town visiting their families, that there'll be a lot of open houses again.
Yeah, so people can get away from their family.
Well, yeah, and take advantage of the people in looking at homes. You know, some families want to move back for some reason. I don't know why.
Because they want to be close to their family.
Yeah. So,
that's it.
All
right.
I think.
Okay. Well, that's all I
I
have.
listed a property last night. It'll hit the
you.
market in a day. They're going to have it cleaned up, and I need to get some photos done. Great little area over by Somerset. And what's that?
How big the house?
It's 17. Am I right? 1784.
First time home buyer.
3-bedroom, 2-bath. Pretty original. Built in 61. So it's 62 because I was built in 61. And built-in pool.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Nothing, because if you want a pool, buy it in the house. Don't put it in.
Yeah, don't put it in. Don't do what I've done twice.
Or me. It's expensive. I've done it twice too.
Yeah.
It's fun and it's worth it, but
you kind of get what you want, but
it's cheaper to have it already there.
Yeah.
Unless you got to redo the whole pool, then it can be really expensive.
It can be. It can be just replastering could be pretty easy.
Yeah, well, nobody just replasters.
I know. They start getting these grandiose ideas of how cool it would be to have a swim-up bar.
All right, I'm starting to slow down again.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for being here, Mike. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Everybody else, if you need us, reach out to us.
Thanks for having me.